Okay, wait, what we're doing. We rigged the pose. We rigged this dude with the updates that I did for the design. And now what I'm going to do is do some draw overs to polish those updates so this character actually looks really cool. And then I'll continue doing all the updates that I need to do to make this character look like a punk, because as I mentioned in the previous video, I start with a very generic idea and then I start building a world around this craziness and to make everything more specific and entertaining. So if you already watched the first part, you already know what I'm doing right now in the second part. So let's rock and roll. Awesome. So let's turn these into a lower opacity so I can refine on top of this and design an appeal design for this dude. Group, lower the opacity. There you go, group. Lower the opacity, oopsie, group. Lower the opacity group. And having clear structures, clear volumes will allow me to create a design that feels solid. And it's not like a random dude with parts moving around this dude like crazy. So clear statements are clear lines. There you go. I have two lines here for the head, duplicating these two lines, flipping these two lines, and connecting this here. Now the ears. This shape here is not that appeal. What if I change the shape of this ear on this view, on this front view, to something like this? Yep, to something like this. And the ear expansor comes and moves like this. Awesome. We have this part of the ear going like this. The cheeks will come like this. This part of the hair will come like, I'm flipping also. Oof. Okay, what I can do here is taking this shape here that is already working, or maybe something like this. Oop. Taking this, copy and pasting here, and then just moving this a little bit towards the center so I can align to the center line that I draw. And that center line is a guide for me to know where my line is going to start and end also. Amazing. You see, it's not just about drawing, but also knowing what to draw. There you go. Now the eyes. The eyes are working well. The thing that I don't like here is the nose working with the piercing. Here I like how it looks, this shape, the way that the piercing connects with the nose. But here there's something that is I still don't like how the piercing looks with the nose. So no. No. Whatever, the answer is not here right now. Let's continue. So this goes around this shape. We have this shape here. So I'm redrawing only the parts that I need to rework with my rig. The other parts that are already working, I don't need to redraw again on top of that. Like for example, the shape of this head, I don't have to redraw on top of that. I'm just redrawing on top of the parts that I need to update. Awesome. And when I'm drawing, I'm trying to find a way of how the line goes around this shape. If this is the center line here, this is my eye mask that comes around this like this. This is my eye mask. Then the nose here, this is the center line, comes like this. And then we go around this volume here. And the nose connects here to here. Awesome. So it's placed on top of this center line. And the eye, now I'm starting to feel like the eye is a little bit too towards this side and have to be a little bit more centered. So we can center the eye around here. So I'm just tracing on top of this shape here. And, oopsie, I'm tracing on top of this shape here. Boop, and moving this, oopsie, moving this part here. A little bit towards the front. Awesome. Same for this eyebrow. And this eyebrow, eventually when I start animating, this will take the form or the shape of these eye mask. Here the eye could be a little bit less big, pupil, and the eyebrow will end around here. Now for the mouth. For the mouth, I want the cheek, or maybe I can do something like, wait, where's my design? Where's the design that I already made? I don't have to rework on this dude. There you go. So the design of this dude, we have like this mouth with this like a straight line here at the bottom and a curved line on top. And then we have this square shape here that is the teeth. And these teeth will have an inner design here. There is this bracket on the teeth, so I can show that, oh, this dude is a teenager. And then the tongue here. Amazing. I'm painting this. And amazing. There you go. I'm thinking about adding these things here, but too distracting. I'll just make my design more complex. So amazing. I have that there. Of course, the piercing. So this is the rough tie down that I said that I was going to do, just to polish the design a bit more before I go back to the rig to update everything. Awesome. Now we come here, and then I just grab the same line here and keep stretching this thing. Something like this. Up. And then we come in like this. The eyes are working well. Now this is the part that I want to work the most, which is this side here. I'm going to trace this part here. Up. Because I'm going to reuse this here. I'm going to reuse this, maybe just pushing this a little bit backwards, but still the same shapes I'm going to reuse here. And then this comes like this. Oopsie. The jaw will connect here with these, and then maybe I can, yeah, I can turn this shape of the, I can take some volume out of this ear, because it's coming towards camera, so this is working in this way, so the piercing will come like this. So I'm creating the space here, I'm making that space wider, so it feels like, you see, we have a volume here in this ear, in this volume here. Amazing. And we can do all of that with only lines. We don't need to put shadows or to put colors to create that sense of volumes. It's just through the use of lines and to being able to position all of those lines and shapes properly in the design that we're able to create those type of amazing shapes. Now for the eyes, I'm just going to grab these and these again and just place this here and pushing these shapes like this. Maybe the people closer to the here, and this line comes like this. The eyebrows are working. The nose, I can grab the same shape here and just pasting, oopsie, not the rough buzz, just this shape, and pasting this shape here. And now we have here a thing, and it's that I'm having this shape here. Maybe I can one line this with the nose. Awesome, it's working. Yeah. Now this line should be here. No. Let's go back. Or I can cheat this part of the skull and make it end around here. So I can flatten this shape here. Let's see. Something like this. And I can just cheat around this part. Nice. So this line starts, that line starts like becoming more straight and then connecting directly with the nose, creating this shape like this. Back, boop, boop, this rhythm. Amazing. Now this piercing, I think I can also take this piercing out and make this shape around here. That'll be fun. Yep, something like this. Or maybe, something like this. Let's see how it works. Also, we have the nose, we have that part. Now for the mouth. We have something like this. So I'm putting more time to design this side view because I'm actually going to have this character in a side view too. So I need this to be appealing. So when I grab this character and I have to use a side view, I'm not necessarily using this pose or this design that I'm making on the side view because I like to push the character and change to improve the appeal on every scene. But at least I want to have a clear instructions on my side view on how is that this character works. And then using those clear instructions later to break the design and create appealing custom poses for each scene. Awesome. See, now there you have we have the character here. Also, I was looking at my mood board reference for this dude here. We have the mood board reference, and you see how he have this dude like in the eyes, like this makeup around the eyes here. That's really nice. So I have either two options: finding a way of how to do that, either with colors or with lines, or like with shapes or lines. This will be with shapes, and I actually like it. So I'm going to leave that visual clue there for me when I go to the color to the color of this dude to think if I should apply or not that in terms of colors or anything else. And that will give this dude this feeling of being a punk because we are living in this world of punk characters. Actually, it looks really nice. Really nice. Okay, so that's something that I'm going to put. And even creating this shape is not only like, yeah, let's put that thing. No, how is that I can create an appealing shape of that part of the makeup? So I can have this shape inside here. You can have like this moon shape here. It's not like a random shape. Or I can maybe have a moon shape there, but it's getting thinner towards that part, towards the inside part of the eye. So actually, it's like thinner here and starts getting wider here. So yeah, many different ways of designing this. I'll figure out how. First of all, oopsie, don't go rough design. First of all, let's design like something like this. No. What about these? Let me color this really fast to see how this looks. No, I'll keep it simple. I'll keep it like a moon shape. Keep it like a moon shape below the eye. Yeah, that will work. Need this dude to look super dark. Maybe the eyes could also have like some thickness here on top. So it's like he's using makeup. Let's simplify this design here too. So here will come like this and then comes up like this. So I still have that moon shape. I'll color this like this. Awesome. I think it's going a little bit down, so I'm using the interface as a plumb line to track that. And yeah, it's going a little bit too down, so I'm just grabbing this and moving this up. Awesome. No strills on this dude? Yes or no? Not too much. I like the flat design style of these characters. As I mentioned, I'm using the Powerpuff Girls as a reference for the style. So I'm trying to keep that. There you go. I like how the character is working right now. This connects like this. So we have this S line here. I remember the first live drawing class that I have, the first thing that a teacher said was like, oopsie. She didn't say oopsie. She said like, we are only working with 3 lines. CSI. I was like, wow, CSI, the police show. I was like, no, not a police show. Like those are the 3 lines that we're using to simplify everything. And it translates very well to animation. Awesome. Okay, let's go to this 3/4 back view. And let's design here. So we're having something like this. We're having cheek of this dude, something like this. The nose can come here. The piercing can come like this. And the mouth, yeah, we can just hide the mouth there. Now I'm going to grab this ear here, this ear shape, and just flip it. Just flip this shape. I'm not grabbing the inside line of the ear because on the part that it goes like this, like on the back part, we're not seeing that anymore. And now I have to consider this space between the ear and the hair to draw the line here. So this could be something like this space, and then the line can come like this and go all the way around like this. I'm trying to draw around the form so this actually feels like it's going inside that part. Tweaking a little bit. I'm also using this mirror tool to look at how it, just to have like a different perspective on this. That will also help me to see any issues around. Oopsie, there you go. Amazing. There you go. That will be the three-quarter view. Then we're coming back here to the back view, which is going to be the same silhouette as the front view, but just changing a few things around. Now this curve should go a little bit down to keep some of the volume of the ear. There you go. This thing I think should be better to be something like this. Awesome. I'm feeling that these ears should still push towards that direction. So what if I do something like this? Just put in some more time here to make sure everything is working for me. Maybe this ear shouldn't be too much pointing back. Yeah, a little bit more like that. And also I think the ear is getting bigger as I rotate this. Look, I'm using the interface as a plumb line and taking this line down a bit. Now let's track the bottom line of this ear. So I'm grabbing this and make this a little bit smaller. So now it's working. Amazing. Yeah, there you go. We have the design of the head. Now let's grab these lines here. Actually, I want to round these lines a bit more in this side because I want this head to be super rounded. Wider on that side, but super rounded. I don't want to have like pointy corners on the sides. There you go. And even here at the top, I want to make this a little bit more rounded. So I'm rounding that part. Awesome. And then here we have something like this. We're having this shape between these two. So this will be something like this. Me concentrating on maximum level right now. I think I can one line that ear with this. Yes, that'll make the design better. Awesome. And then I'm just going to grab that part, the nose here. I still don't know what to do with that nose and the piercing. So I'm going to create this shape here. Now this is inside of this part, so maybe I can. I don't think I have a straight shot with the. Oh, here's a shot in which we're seeing this. So yeah, we have to design this. Now, you know what? Let's just keep these shapes like this. Maybe I can put this. No. Not bad. Not bad. Actually, that's not bad. And then the mouth, I'll copy and paste this mouth here. I'm getting just tweaking some things around because it's all about shapes, and I'm reusing all of these shapes. So if I just grab this, and then I copy this. Oopsie! No, you know what? Let's get rid of this side. Let's get rid of the tongue. Now let's grab all of this except the rough pass that I did. Copy and paste, move and rotate. Flip. Sorry. We flip and we connect here, and it's the same mouth, but with the same shapes. Sorry, but with this new mouth. Now I'm for appeal reasons, I'm cutting these teeth around here, so I'm leaving a negative space there. And well, the way to do so is just me cutting there and adding this black shape here. Maybe I can also cut here a little bit like this, and here a little bit like that. And this upper part more rounded. I want this to be super rounded. Be interesting if on the rig I have this upper line of the lip thick, so it's like this dude actually colors his lips like a punk. There you go. Here I can just make a shape like this for the tongue. Amazing. Then I'm having the same design. Now I'm going to trace on top of these eyebrows. Oopsie, actually these eyebrows have to be in front, something like this. And I'm copying the eyebrows with the eye and moving this here. Awesome. Then I'm, oops, I forgot to grab that too. And then I'm grabbing the eye. Oopsie, oopsie, oopsie. And I'm grabbing this and just copy and pasting towards this side, flipping and putting this here. There you go. And then this one have to have like a scar, like a gap between there. And then yeah, I'll just copy this and paste this here, flip, and put this here. And then poop, 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 poop. Yeah, this could be close. Well, nice is if I like hairs here. Not too much. I'll try to keep this design as simple as possible. Actually, without it will be okay. There you go. Something is not quite there. That's why I flip. Flipping is the only way that I can see all the issues. This is the gap on the 3/4, which on the front view is going to be wider, but still this is too wide, so it starts looking a little bit weird. You know what, the other day I was watching Perfect Blue. I think that's the movie, this anime movie with some friends. And since the beginning of the movie, I was like, okay, I know who is the bad guy. Not because that would only look weirdo, but because of the design. In that movie, well, that movie, I don't really want to talk about that movie. But that movie, like the dude, the bad guy on that movie, had the eyes super spread up, super far apart from each other. So they have like a wide gap in the middle of the eyes, and actually that makes the character look weird and creepy. And I was like, of course, that dude is the bad guy. And end up being like the bad guy. So with the design, you can also give clues of like what the role of this character is in the movie, or is in this on the short animation or this show or whatever. So yeah. So I don't want to give a clue like, oh, this dude is like crazy by putting the eyes like super spread apart from each other. No, this dude is like super chill, emo stoner guy. Now the center line of this comes like here, so the hair will connect here like this. And again, for me, it's very important to have those landmarks, those statements very clear. So when I move to animation, I use my turnaround as a reference or like a manual or like a graphic instructions of how my character works, so I can break the character properly. But I'm not using it as a bible of like, oh, dude, I have to always draw this character like this. Not necessarily. not necessarily, but have clear instructions of how the shapes of this character work, how the lines of these characters work. There you go, that's the 3/4 view. And the back view, I don't need to do too much drama about it. I can just copy this, paste this here, and get rid of all the stuff in the inside, all the stuff, even these lines here. And then just drag this point here, copy and paste this point here, drag this point here to the middle, and I'll be like, okay, my lines of the back of the hair will intersect there. There you go. And this line intersects there, and we are cutting this line here at the back. Awesome. Oh, my phone have no battery. Okay, I'm leaving soon, so I'll make this short video, 7 minutes. Nah, let's make a little bit more. I'm going to the beach. Awesome. There you go. This is the update design that I made for this dude. And yeah, next step is actually rigging. But you know what? Before moving into rigging, I want to fully design this dude on this layer so I can just trace with the rig. So let's go that. Let's on this video design this dude completely with the data design, and then I can move forward. So another cool thing that I noticed on this character that I took as reference from the Green Day video Jesus of Suburbia is that, oh, it looks really nice like this dude have no sleeves. It looks like badass. So let's take out the sleeves of this dude, or at least having this contour line here. So I'm just grabbing this part of the sleeves rig and making them like going up a bit and just turning, making it curvy like this. So it have like a little bit of sleeves, but almost none. The arm comes like this. I was thinking of adding maybe some bracelets. Let's see, I don't want to overcomplicate the design of this dude. Now the neck is okay there. I have to design this dude with and without t-shirt. So I am having here some shapes, some holes here on the knees, and some inside shapes here for the knees, something like that. Here I'm not drawing on top of I'm not redrawing some of the lines, something that I shouldn't do here on the arms, because I want to keep this simple. I'm drawing 2 circles there to represent this spines thing. I can have this part of the jeans is something like this. See this thing, this chains over here, that's something that I want to add, but I'm just simplifying that as just a line like that. And maybe that line could have another color, and that connects in that way with there. Also, this belt is one lining with the body, so that shape, that tail, I'll add it inside of that. Now the t-shirt will have a design on top. Now let's see, I'll keep like a black shape only. Will I put this bracelet here like that? I'm not sure, because that will affect also the silhouette of the first scene when it's doing that. So all of those are decisions that I have to take or to think about or consider at this step. It's not just randomly adding things, but how those things will influence the animatic. So yeah, I can actually add some bracelets there. Here also I can add something like that, but without these outside shapes here, because that will influence the short film. On the side view, once I fix that on this view, let me see if I have arms on the side view. I do have arms on the side view, right? Yes. So this body comes like this. This body comes like this, and we cut this one lining here with the butt of this dude, and then we move down, and then this shape of the broken jeans will come like this and create this diamond shape here, and this one line continues like this. And here I'm redrawing this because I'm adding props on the wrist, so I'm actually redrawing that part. This comes like this. This becomes from a curved line into a straight line like that. I don't have to redraw the other arm because it's almost the same. I'm adding the bracelet here. Maybe I can have two that makes this shape. Nah, too much. Let's add just a bracelet there. What else? Let's go here. Back view. Nothing changes in the back view, and the cool thing about this belt is that it's going to keep the same shape throughout. And maybe here in the side view we're only seeing one part of this, or maybe here we're seeing the other dots here around this part. Oops, losing volume on these dots, or maybe we're always seeing the three dots. Okay, now because we lose volume on this, we can see in two. 3/4 back, we're seeing those two again. This chain we're seeing now inside of this. Now on this 3/4 back, same thing. I'm grabbing this, putting it here, and maybe flipping this. Like, oops! Now just taking this and flipping this. Then poop, all of this connects down like this. Amazing. And this part will come like this. Armpit, line of the neck connects one line with the line of the arm. And this part here comes around like this. Awesome. And the back view, same thing. Amazing. I thought this was going to take more time, but that's it. Now, you know what? Because these are like simple shapes, I'm going to also design the dude without a t-shirt, which is going to have like the nipples here and a silhouette here for the piercings of the nipples. Yeah, so the shapes of the piercings will be black lines, and the nipples will have like a skin color. So I'm actually drawing this with an empty fill here. Are going to be just circles. The first time that I designed this, I put like too many details. I went inspired, but this time I'm like, no, simplify, 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 simplify. Awesome. And I need another version of this dude with the t-shirt ripped off. And the t-shirt ripped off will have a hole here. This sleeve will be something like this then. So I'm going to just add an M shape here with one big shape and one small shape here. And the same thing here. And what else? Okay, the neck can also be influenced by that. And can have like a thunder shape. There you go, can have like a thunder shape. We can have also a huge hole here. So we're having this shape here for the t-shirt. So this is like the ripped off t-shirt at the end. And the hair will not change. Yeah, we can only change the t-shirt. We can only change the t-shirt. Maybe a hole. I don't know, but yeah, because it's almost bold, will not affect that too much. Maybe the ear will have like that'll be actually fun. So I'll have like these ears and like that. Or maybe, you know what, we you see this episode of Family Guy in which Stewie just gets a piercing. Gets a piercing, and and then I don't, yeah, Brian makes a piercing on Stewie, and then he breaks the ear of this dude, and it's like this hole there. So I can add that hole on one of these ears like this, and this is like bleeding, dude. This is like F bleeding or something like this. So I can add effects there. Awesome. That's a nice idea. Because dude, this dude went inside of an explosion, so it's actually like super hurt. I can add these lines here, like this dude is hurt. Now, you know, let's go around the volume, something like this. I can add here also some blood. And I'm planning all of these right now, so I can add all of these empty layers on the rig. I can add all of these empty layers on the rig. What else? Maybe two more lines, two more scratches here. Yes. And the hair, maybe I can add some holes around the shape again. Nah. There you go. Maybe here on the pants. On the pants, I can add this shape like even more, something like this. I can also expand these like this. But I'm not just, I'm designing, each shape. It's not only random shapes, but I'm designing appealing shapes. And see, for example, I'm making this shape here to reveal like the nipple. What else? What else can I add? That's it. That's it. Maybe like one of the fingers out of the shit. Not too much. Okay, that's the overlay. That's the sign of this dude. Yeah, so I can just flip a drawing here, and it will become this open part here. I'm thinking if I should record how I rig all of this or not, just to move faster, because it's not actually very interesting. Let's see. I'll record and just upload it. And there you go. We have this. That's it. That's how I applied the updated design, the updates on the design that I wanted to apply on top of the rig, using the rig as a base for my structure, using simple shape design, simple line CSI to create a super simple design, and just taking this dude from being like a normal generic nerd into a punk nerd, into a punk nerd. And that's it. This is the two versions of it with the normal clothes and with the story clothes. And if I want to see one and not the other one, I can just lower the opacity of the red color, and you see, is it there? Is there? I shouldn't get rid of the piercing here, but now you know that's a mistake, and this is me just showing all of the process. Now that I updated the design, I will start with the rig. But I'll cut the video here and just showing you that we did the rig pose. We established the volumes, and now I design in a tie down or rough way or rough sketches my new update on the character design. And then what I'm going to do now is update the rig, and then go to colors, and that's it. That's it. But it's very important. It's very important to just draw on top of my rig and to be aware of the volumes and to push the design at these steps. So when I go to a rig, I'm not exploring or I'm not designing by moving the pieces around or moving the deformers of these rigs around, because that's just such a waste of time. And after moving all of the deformers to looking at the character and being like, oh, this sucks, that's awful. It's a lot of time wasted. Otherwise, if you use your drawing skills and draw on top of this, you can just erase this sign on top. It's like it's a lot of freedom. It's just this feeling of freedom. So hope you like this behind the scenes and how I approach this part of the process, and see you next time. Bye. Poop.